The price of a standard postage stamp, I think, is about 50p. Well, my favourite websites, in fact, would be yourself and politics.ie, because I'm a bit of an anorak and I don't really use them for entertainment. I mean, that I'm being honest, that wouldn't be me. For entertainment, I watch the old-fashioned steam television. Well, I don't know, but she's frightfully glam. It's not Lady Gaga, is it?
It isn't.
And it's not Imelda May. But Imelda May, I think, is one of the best things that has happened in entertainment. And if Imelda May has a website, I will certainly look at it. So you tell me who it is. She's pointing at me.
That's Rihanna.
Rihanna! Yes, the lady who was up in the field and she managed to hit a member of the DUP. And I have to say, I don't mean hit physically, but she just landed in his field. It was all agreed. But when she took her top off, his strict religious principles came into play, and I can see both sides. It was his field, he didn't want it, and he seemed to, I heard him interviewed, he sounded very pleasant, and she sounded very reasonable too. Yeah. And she's a beautiful woman. Well, he's wearing a badge. Well, he looks extremely bland. Is he a banker?
He isn't.
No. What is he? Oh, wait a minute. Is he something to do with the European Parliament?
No.
No. Well, I just simply don't know.
That's Stephen Harper's Canadian president.
The Canadian president. Well, it just shows you, can I tell you something about Canada? They are remarkable people. They live under the radar, and that's why I don't recognize them. You know, when I went to Ottawa from New York, I thought I'd be in a big plane. I was in a small plane, we had a lot of turbulence, and most Canadians have not been to Ottawa. If you asked a lot of Canadians to identify that man, they wouldn't know either, because he is bland looking. Are these the women who won the Nobel Prize? No, we're not having one more. That's rugby. Go away.
We have to.
Go away. No.
It's rugby.
Yes, I know it's rugby. And can I tell you something about rugby? I was a very useful right winger. But that is one of our Irish rugby team. But look, I didn't get to see the match because I was on the campaign trail. So I'm taking a pass on that, but I was a very good right winger. Well, first of all, there's a misunderstanding there. It would be beyond my power to invite any world leader. I'd be very happy to welcome anybody from the President of the United States to His Holiness Pope Benedict XVI. The Eucharistic Congress is coming up, and in the past, I thought Patty said tomorrow, and I was thinking, is the Eucharistic Congress really tomorrow? No, I don't think so. I think it's next year. But I would be very happy to welcome the Pope, Pope Benedict XVI, as representative of the Irish people. Articulate, honest, dignified, decent, and ordinary. Well, I hold the entire Constitution dear. You cannot pick and choose. It's not mix and match. It's the entire thing. And I say that because I'm the only candidate who has actually used the Constitution. I know it quite well. And I actually used the 1937 Constitution to help to assert my rights as an oppressed citizen of this state. I had second-class citizenship. I took action through the courts using the Constitution, using Mary Robinson as my barrister, and we eventually won. And that enfranchised a whole section of the Irish people. Well, I know in my heart the answer to that question, but it will remain in my heart until after Election Day, because I don't think it's fair to the other candidates for me to select one of them. That would be wrong, in my opinion. And one must also remember the secrecy of the ballot. In 30 seconds, at the heart of everything I've done has been compassion for the most vulnerable. The most vulnerable person in this is a man who's now in his mid-30s, who is a 15 or 15 and a half-year-old youth at that time. I think he's suffered enough. I think even at the risk of my own reputation, I must avoid putting him through the mincer again. After all, here we are on a blog. This can be accessed in Israel. There's no question about that. Why make this fellow suffer again? I'll take the bullet. I acted out of compassion and love, and I'm not going to abandon those principles. I protect the vulnerable. I'll continue to do so, even at my own cost.
Well, thank you very much, David. It's much appreciated.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Amen.
Amen. There we are. Thank you very much, Patty.